What is good, folks? I'm back with another video, man. Upper body session. Leg session last leg session didn't get recorded because I was recording it for Instagram, and you know, as I've only got one mic, I can't do both, so I had to record that. So unfortunately, you missed out on that leg session. Well, you should be following me on Instagram anyway, so you shouldn't have really missed out seeing what I did for that leg session. But anyway, upper body session, man. The topic of the day is, what is the best workout split, or the best way to work out, however you wanna put it. That'll be the main thing I'm discussing today. Obviously, if my mind wanders, we'll talk on other topics, but for the main chunk of the video, that's what we'll be talking about. But before we get into that, we're going to do a quick warm-up with this 20 kg. Well, a quick warm-up set, I should say, with this 20 kg. And we're going to attempt the 30 kg pull-up in today's session, see how that goes. Hopefully, can get some decent amount of reps out of that. Feeling a little bit tired. I've done a back-to-back. So yesterday I did do legs. Usually I do take a rest day in between, but based on how this week's schedule is set up, no rest, unfortunately, because I got stuff to do for the rest of the week. So let me add some more weight and we'll get into the next warm-up, and then we'll get into the working set. Got 25 kilos on in there. So for me, the best workout split, I would say, is the one that you can do consistently. There's no point in doing a split that you can't maintain. And I say that in terms of recovery, time, intensity, and effort. So a lot of people will try to follow a split because a certain person, influencer, individual does this split. Now that might work for their schedule and their body and how they recover and how they can, you know, input effort, but it might not necessarily work for you. Let's go for it, man. Felt good. So yeah, it might not necessarily work for you, so you have to take into account all those different things. How well do you recover? How much time do you have for each workout? You know, what is your goal as well? Look, at a lot of people are doing splits that, for example, if you play a sport, there's no reason for you to be doing a bodybuilder split as such. Now, I've done it and I understand the repercussions of doing it while you're playing a sport. It doesn't really align. You have to pick one at the end of the day. So if you play sport, upper, lower might be the better option, rather than doing different body parts on every single day. If you've got a match coming up on, let's say, the Saturday, and you plan to do, I don't know, a leg session, obviously you wouldn't, let's just say, for example, the split calls for you to do a leg session on Friday. Does it really make sense to do that split? You know, so everything has to be taken into consideration. All right, let's go for this 30 kilos before I lose track. 30 kilos on. Hopefully, man. Hopefully we can get a decent amount of reps in. What's going on with this clip? I don't like how that clip is just there like that. Hold on. Yeah, hopefully we can get a decent amount of reps in. I'm hoping for like 4, minimum 4 with the 30 kilo, but we're gonna see. Let's lock in, man. Am I gonna go a bit wider or keep the same width, man? I think I'm gonna go, we'll go for neutral width. Ain't gonna go too wide. Actually, no, I'll go out just out here. Hold on. Yeah, that's where I want it. Let's do it. 1. Okay. Not quite there yet, but 3 is decent. So what we're gonna do, we'll go back down to our 27, was it 27.5? Yeah, 27.5. So at least we know we're close to doing 30 kg for some reps, which is amazing. So take a quick break. 27.5, we'll work with that, and then we'll move on. In regards to the split, you see a lot of people talk about, you know, what's optimal and what works best and this, that, whatever, Sometimes what is optimal is not possible for you. For example, when I first came to Grenada, I didn't have no weights, I had no nothing. All I had was a few bricks, right? So my workouts back then mainly consisted of doing high volume, obviously to spark a muscular reaction. And I remember I used to post on TikTok, people like, oh, you're doing too much volume, that's not optimal, la. So in my head, I'm like, so would you rather me do 8 push-ups, because that's the rep range you want to be in, which is not going to trigger any sort of reaction in my body, or I can do my set of 30, do another set of 30, do another set of 30, whatever it may be, do the volume that I know is necessary to get the result that I want, rather than, you know, things being optimal. People have to take into account, not everyone has equipment, access to a gym, all this other stuff, the time, the space to do all these exercises which are considered optimal or the best. So this is why I say it's an experiment. Your journey, your fitness journey is going to be different from every single other person's. No one journey is the same at the end of the day. So what you do is you take a bit here, you take a bit there, you take a bit from every single person that you see what they do, and you formulate your own method, your own formula to get the result that you want, because everyone's goals are different. This person's goal might be to get a bigger back, this person's goal might be to get bigger legs, so they're doing legs 2 times a week, they're doing back 3 times a week. Like, you have to formulate your own method, man, at the end of the day. All right, we're back with the 27.5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Yeah, you gotta make things work for you, man. You know, don't get lost in the sauce. Doing any sort of exercise is a win already, honestly. No matter how you're doing it, if you're not doing anything too stupid, it's a win. You know, you're moving your body, you're building muscle, you know, you're keeping your organs healthy, man. You've already completed half the battle. Working at the small intricacies is, I don't want to say it's a minor detail, unless you're going to compete or you're training for something specifically. If you're just an average everyday person just trying to look better and feel better, mate, you ain't got to kill yourself, to be honest. And I've been a victim of that, trying to kill myself to get a certain result. Sometimes less is more, and again, you got to work with what you got at the end of the day, man. We got this last set now of pull-ups. I think then we're gonna switch it up today. We're gonna go with the bicep curls next, then we'll get into the dips, and then whatever happens after that happens, man. So let's do it. So we actually done what, 3 working sets technically. 30 kg, 3 reps, 27.54. Let's see if we can get another 4 on this one. That should be good. 1. Nah. All right, fair play. Fair play. Let's get into those bicep curls now. So we're gonna do some barbell bicep curls. 50 kg, man. 15 on either side plus the bar. 30 plus 20 is 50. So let's take this for a spin, man. My knee is a bit iffy. No! My phone! Phone dropped, but it's all good. Let's do it, man. Let's do it, let's do it. Lock in, boy. Nah. All right. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I think based on time, today's going to be a little different than anticipated. So instead of doing dips, we'll probably have to do bench press, but I'm probably going to do wide hand placement rather than the narrow grip. Maybe even do both just to save time. And then we'll probably do a single arm row and potentially some lateral raises, and then that'll be it, man. So not much of a calisthenics element in today's session, but I'll make it up for next time. Here we go. Now onto the bench press, man. We're gonna do a wider grip today than the usual close grip, just to test to see how that feels, man. So let's get this hand placement right. I think this is the usual weight that I work with anyway with the close grip, so let's see, man. Here we go. Lock in. All right, not the cleanest reps, but similar reps anyway. That makes sense. Similar rep range anyway, so we've got about 4 reps. Decent. It does feel a bit different doing a bit wider. My mechanisms are not really thing, but it's just a little too wide, to be honest, to be comfortable, but we'll work with it. We'll do another set of that and then we'll keep pushing. So yeah, the original topic I was discussing, do a split that works best for you at the end of the day. Don't be worried about what anybody else is doing. You can take some tips, some pointers, you know, exercises here and there, but you got to experiment, man. It's your journey at the end of the day. And someone might be saying, oh, this exercise is the best exercise, you know, for you. But you come to do it, you ain't seeing the same results that you're seeing from doing this exercise or that exercise. And again, your goal may not be to be the biggest bodybuilder that you possibly can. So it's all gonna vary at the end of the day, man. So it's not a one size fits all model at the end of the day. Of course, there are some, you know, things that are true all across the board, but slight differences here and there, man. At the end of the day. So let's do this set now. All right, let's lock in, baby. One more. I could have definitely got 5 reps. Definitely got 5 reps, but that's a story for another day, man. Let's get into the lateral raises now, and hopefully we can squeeze in the rows. And I want to do another chest exercise, but we'll see what time permits. Lateral raises, 15 kg on the dumbbell, on the bar. Let's do it, man. Damn, that is so heavy, man. Jesus Christ. Jeez, okay. Man, I should have took a longer rest break after that chest press, but 5 is all right with me. We'll do one more set. Move on, man. Don't be fooled. 2 sets is more than enough. 3, 4 is cool, but 2 sets get the job done, man. Especially if you're lifting heavy and intense. 2 sets is good. Let's get into this next one now. My left arm is definitely stronger than my right arm when it comes to lateral raises, which is interesting. Ooh. Jeez, man. Form needs a little bit of work, but it's neither here nor there right now. As I said in previous videos, sometimes in order for you to overcome a plateau, you have to sacrifice form just a little bit in order for your body to overcome a certain weight. Especially with me, your lateral raises, I was stuck at 10 kg for the longest while. And you've probably seen throughout this journey, went up to 12, now we're on 15. 15's not the cleanest. However, in a few weeks, you'll see how these 15 kg, the reps will be cleaner, they'll flow better. And then once we get the reps clean, we move up to the next weight. And again, it's not always gonna, ruin your form going up. And your form's not supposed to be completely trash. However, sometimes you do have to sacrifice form in order to overcome a plateau, man. But now we're gonna get into some rows, and then hopefully another chest exercise. Call it there. All right, so we got 20, 25, 30, 35 kilos on the dumbbell. See how these rows go, man. Doing them a bit more upright today. So let's see. That is heavy. Ideally, I might move this bar here. This is a little too high. I think I'll be more comfortable if I had this bar under here, right here. So I'll move that for the next set. See how that goes, man. Let's get into this next set now. See if it makes a difference. Only thing is now is that I don't have anywhere to really rest this weight when I'm switching over, but minor. I'm sure this arm was first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And breathe, mate, and breathe. And breathe, mate. Here we go. Oh, okay. That's tough. Damn. So to finish off today's session, we're just gonna go over classic push-ups. Something we haven't done in a long while. We're gonna use 20 kg weight plate on the back. Not the most stable, I know, but let's just get the job done, man. Definitely easy if you've got a partner to put the weight on your back, but we ain't got that, so who cares? 1, 2. Very nice, man. We'll do another set of that. Call it quits, man. Now see, if you ain't got a bench, you can always do, I'm heavy in frame. You can always do push-ups, man. You can do push-ups anywhere. If you ain't got weights, you get a backpack, put some water bottles in there, books, anything heavy. Just do some push-ups. Gonna build your chest, man, the same way. Very cheap, cost effective. Gets the results, man. So don't make excuses. Oh, I haven't got a bench, or I haven't got weights. Your body is weight. Anything in your house can be used as weights. So make it happen, man. But one more, then we're done. Oof. Final set, man. Today didn't go exactly according to plan, but we still made it work. In the end, that's all that matters. Not everything's always gonna go to plan, man. You gotta be flexible, adaptable, resilient, all those good things, man. Let's do it. One more. Very nice. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap up today's session, man. We got it in at the end of the day. That's what that matters. Something is better than nothing. Don't always expect things to be perfect or ideal in order for you to execute, man. You gotta execute in the situation that you're in. Make something shake, as they say in NFL. Make a play, make something happen. You know, you gotta do it. You gotta do it at the end of the day, man. No one's gonna remember your excuses. You know, you've got to be willing to do things that are not sexy, sometimes uncomfortable, in order to get the result. But hope you enjoy watching. Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.